Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to wire up this garage area for some temporary lighting. I got some stuff from the tiny house. This was the temporary lighting set up for over there, and I have some 14.3. What I'm thinking of doing, well, what I am gonna do, let's get this here, is plug in right on the other side of that door, and I have a wire there right now. I'll show you my existing setup, but I have a plug right on the other side of the door. I want to come over to a regulation outlet, or not an outlet, but a switch box with two light switches, and I'll just put a plug on that, so I'll be able to plug it in here and then plug in the light switch. Then I'm going to run this 14.3 up to a double box up right up here somewhere. We'll figure that out when we get there. And that's going to have two outlets on it. One of the outlets is going to go to this light right here. I currently have that wired up, but it's on a remote switch. And whenever I hit the remote switch, it turns the lights on in there as well. So whenever I'm working in there, this light remains on all day, and I don't want that to happen. But the main reason for wiring this up is I'm going to put a big light right in the middle above the garage door, so when I'm working in here at night or when it gets colder, I can close the garage door and have plenty of light in here. I have a big high bay light for that, and I'll be installing that in a different video. So going from, I gotta watch out, I'm dripping water all over the place. It is really hot out here. So the other outlet is going to go up and over. I'll probably use this for that. This has a plug on one end and is just open on the other end, and run that to a box over here. I do believe that light requires hard wiring, but we'll see when we open that up. But for today, I'm just going to wire it up like I just said. So I need to go find some stuff. This is a double box with a bracket. This is just any old double box and nothing over here. And this can be a handy box over here. So let me go find that stuff, and then we'll figure out what else we need. Okay, this is what I have. This is all pre-used stuff, and it'll be used again at some point. This is going to go here. We're going to have our two switches, one for the light over here, one for the light over here. And as far as switches go, I only have three-way switches in takeouts. The rest are all brand new, and I'm not going to use a brand new switch. I can wire these as normal switches though. Without the traveler on it, they'll act as a normal switch. So, got the box. We got two switches and a cover. So that's taken care of. And then for that will go up to this, and I need two outlets. I was going to put a 4-inch box in there with two duplex outlets, but all I need is one. You just got to cut this out of there. Well, bend it back and forth until it breaks off, and then you can use these separate. So that's what I'm going to do. So this will go to this, and then we will have a plug, this, and then we'll wire it on that end into this box here, and that's going to be the hard wiring for this big light. And then this is a cover for that, And this is the cover for that. If I need anything else, I have a little bit of everything. Some of it is really old. I need to throw some stuff out. Oh, and this is where the power comes in to this. We're going to use this extension cord right here to the power in the shop and just plug this in. And it's probably going to be 4 or 5 months, but once I start building the little room over here, the electricity is going to come through the wall and over to a sub panel in there, and then from the sub panel I'll be able to wire this whole room. So that's coming soon, and when I do wire this, it's going to be in the wall on that side, but then it's going to be all in conduit everywhere else. So it's not just going to be Romex or anything like that. Okay, let me get this installed. Oh, yeah, this is going to have 3 wire coming out of the top of this and Romex clamp, and this will be stapled to the wall going up to this. Yeah, that's how it's going to go. Okay, let's get the switches in. All right, I got this almost completely done, but I thought I'd show you before I finish up. We got a double Wago down there for the whites, and we got a triple here for the power, and a 5 for the ground. So I'm hooking up the power to the black one here, which is the line, I do believe. And then when you flip the switch on a 3-way switch, it either goes to this terminal or to that terminal. There is no real off. But if you only hook up one terminal, it should just be off and on. And if they're both hooked up the same way, up should be one and down should be the other. If you hooked up the other wire to the opposite side on one of them, then one would be up and one would be down, and they both would be on or off. Hope that makes sense. At least that's what I believe. Okay, I got this wired up to the roll right there and to this plug. I still have to tighten this up, and I got to get these into there and put the cover on. Then I can go mount this. And I believe, nah, I was going to plug it in right away and test it. Well, yeah, I could. No big deal. Just run the cord over, plug it in, and then find the other end of this and test it out before we get too far. Okay, and then once I have it in, I'm trying to figure out, that is where that's going to be. Trying to figure out the shortest distance. I don't want to use a whole bunch of that 14.3 for this temporary stuff, and I will reuse that wire, but I need to get to right in this area somewhere. But I guess I'll see how long this cord is, because it can be way back here if I have enough cord to do it. I'll show you that in just a second. Let me get this box closed up, and we'll go get this mounted and then deal with that stuff. All right, I got a little ahead of myself and installed the box here. Not exactly sure how I'm going to do that wire. I'm probably going to use them P-loops and just have my extension cord come across here through 2 or 3 of them P-loops, and then just wherever through this. I don't want to move all this stuff out of here, so probably just thread it right behind there This stuff's all moving pretty soon. I'll get it. This is the existing cord. That is either an 18 or 20 gauge cord. It looks like a 20 gauge cord. It's really thin, and it's 100 feet long. There's no way I could use that. I probably shouldn't be using it even for this light. It's just such a wimpy cord. Okay, I gotta cool off. It is 133 degrees up there. Let me show you on the, well, let me show you this first. That pulley right there, that goes to a thermometer that's halfway up in the attic. If you watch the videos when I was building this, I built that in just so I could see how hot it is up there. And yeah, it was 133 last time I looked. Now it's almost 136. I'm gonna guess it's gonna go up to over 140. It is very hot outside without being up in the attic, but working up here, I just start pouring sweat as soon as I go up there. Now I gotta unplug this and then trace it back that way. I'll put some zip ties on it or whatever and get it over that way, and then see where I could put that box, and we'll get that box in place. I'm not going to be able to film a whole lot of it because there's not a place to put a camera up there except for on my head, and usually you can't see a lot when I do that anyways. I'm working my way over to here to see how long that cord's going to go. Looks like it'll probably go to about here somewhere. Every time I go up the ladder, after like the second rung, it gets like 10 degrees hotter every rung after that. And then when you're up there working, well, like I said, it's 135 up in the attic up there. Not sure what it is right here, but it's insanely hot. So I can only do a little bit up there, and I got to come down and drink a little bit of ice water. Really, really hot. All right, let's try to get this done. Okay, I got everything wired up. The center one is just a plug-in and then a box over there, and then that light will be connected to the box. I'll test it, but this is all I need working right now. I'm going to put that other one in, but I got to go cool off. I have to close the door to put the other one in, and it's going to get incredibly hot out here. So this one's plugged in, and we have wire going that way, and then our extension cord goes up and over the door and just loops through here. We'll plug that in and see if we got contact. No light, and I believe both of these are off and off. It should be this left switch. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, now we'll test. Okay, and then nothing on this side. And now something on that side. Nothing on either side. Okay. So everything's working. At some point, I'll probably just go over to this girt right here, go across, and then just have it hang down and go through the opening. I have plenty of wire, but it's just so hot today. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go cool off, and when I come back, I'm going to close this door, and the other one already has a plug on it, so on the other end of this wire, I'll just be putting this box with that cover. I do believe that light is hardwired, so I'll put a Romex clamp in there, and that'll be it. Boy, this took a while, and it's been so hot. I've been running into the house to cool down a little bit. I'm just pouring sweat. There's sweat all over the place. But we got it done. Now I have light independent of the light in there, and I'll have a big light here pretty soon. I'm going to be working on air conditioning and an addition right here in, probably 2-3 weeks, and I definitely need the light. Okay, I'll get back to you in about 15 minutes, as soon as I cool down. It even melted the ice. We got the sun coming and hitting my little workbench here, and once it does that, it just gets so hot here. Okay, I will see you in a minute. Okay, it's the next day, and it is currently 60 degrees cooler up there than it was when I left off last night. So I'm going to get up there and get that box installed right there, run the wire over, coil it up, plug it into there, and I'm done. But I have to close this door like I said yesterday. So let me clear out this mess a little bit and move the ladder, and we'll get that done. Okay, I'm all set up here, and I was looking at this. I don't need to close this all the way. I just got to go another foot or so and get access to this truss right here, and I can come around and I can do all of this stuff with the door in that position as well. That'll be a little bit nicer. There's kind of a little breeze out there, but it's actually gone up 10 degrees up there since I started doing this, and it's only been 15 minutes. So let's get moving and get this installed. Right about there. Not too bad. Okay. Oh, this will work out nice. I can put this heavy cord up on top of the door, and then it mounts right about here, and the light is gonna go right here, but it's gonna be below the truss here. I'm not exactly sure the details on that until I see it, but that's about where it's gonna go. Starting to drip sweat again, but we will be over with this stuff in just a little while. Okay. I think I'll just put it through this one here. And then we'll go get some zip ties, roll this up, plug it in, and test it. Okay, we are all done. So we have an extension cord coming from the shop over to here, which powers those switches right there. In the final version, there's going to be 3 switches, and this is all going to be in conduit. The third switch is going to be lights above the storage area over there. The ceiling height is going to come up to that girt right below the star, and then that upper part is going to be storage, and there's going to be 3 lights angled down, or 2 lights angled down that way. So the first switch is still going to control like this walkway here. In the winter time, for the most part, all I do is just walk right through here, and we need light for that. That'll be on a 3-way switch, so turn it on here and turn it off right inside the shop there. These other 2 switches in the permanent version, the middle one will control this light that I'll be installing, the big light in the middle, and I'll be doing that as soon as it comes. It should come later today, maybe tomorrow, but who knows, might be next week. So the third light, or the third switch, will control 2 lights above the area over there. There's going to be a room over there, and the ceiling for that will be right about where that star is. So above that's going to be storage, and there's going to be 2 lights aiming down at an angle. It's going to have limited head space up there, and it's just going to be for bulk storage. A lot of that stuff that's over there right now is going to go up on top of it. And this cord right here will be used again on the tiny house. I'm going to be using this for temporary electricity again over there. I'll have this all hardwired at the time. Yeah, that looks really nice, and everything's out of the way. I may just put that on the girt like I said. It's not going to be too hard. I just got to flip it behind a couple things right here, and then everything is nice and clear. Just use those P-clips again. So the last thing to do is flip this other switch and test them wires over there. Beautiful. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this temporary lighting wiring. Next video in here will be the installation of that light, but there is a lot of videos coming on this area. Like I said, there's going to be a room over there, and I'll be starting on that in not too long of a time. And I'll be putting in the mini split before that, which is going to go, well, it's going to be installed through the wall right over there. So I need some good light in case I'm working with the door closed. Even with the door open, if I have it just like this, that'll give me some really nice light. It's a big, powerful light. So if you want to see any of those videos, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.